Welcome back to Midwest Access. So we are grilling and chilling here with Jim from Wildwood and Christy from Destination Barbecue. And I just watched you guys do all this lovely work for me.
And it's been quick so far.
It has been very quick. You got all of the pith out of the poppers there, the jalapenos.
There's a little tap, we get all the seeds out.
Absolutely. One of the things I do like to share with people, I like to use a grapefruit spoon to dig everything out because it has those little,
Oh, I didn't even know what that was.
Serrated edge or whatever.
Let's show them.
Yeah, and so it just kind of
helps grab.
If I did a knife, I wouldn't have any fingers. So
that works really well.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've gotten all that out.
Yep. And I already have my mixture prepared, but one of the things I do is I will take and put a Ziploc bag in a glass and then make sure that the edge is pulled down like this.
Okay.
Scoop everything in, because once you do that and then you pull the side up, it's not messy, and then you have your mixture in there.
Are you doing like a filling situation? This is fantastic.
Absolutely. So we'll do one here.
So she's got a plan.
So you cut the corner off, and then we're just going to
just like frosting.
Yeah, you're going to use it as a piping bag at that point. So then we're just going to take this, and we are just going to pipe it right in there.
Oh, that is slick. That is a great pro hack.
Simple. And of course, everything is better with bacon, I think. So we're just going to take our bacon, and we are just going to spiral wrap it around. What were you going to say, Jim?
I was just going to say, when you're wrapping it up like that, it doesn't even look like the way that it's going. You don't even need a toothpick. You don't need anything. You're just wrapping it up.
It just holds it.
And it's going to hold it there. And it's kind of like you're wrapping that filling in a blanket, so it's going to stay in there, and as it cooks, that bacon's going to shrink around it.
And then you get the bacon juice in the house. You know? But one of the things I do like to do is I like to make sure this front edge is kind of wrapped around like this, because then when I pull that over, it helps to hold that piece.
Stay. So like Jim said, you don't need the toothpicks, you don't need anything like that.
And
just
then
cut a blanket of bacon.
What's
better than that?
Absolutely. And if you wouldn't mind, we're going to take our elote loco seasoning and we are going to sprinkle that on top.
Now, is that the same seasoning that you put in it as well?
Correct.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Yeah, and then we are going to take these and cook them on the grill, and I have the grill set at 350 degrees.
Okay.
And I will cook them, I think I let them cook earlier for about 30 to 40 minutes. I like my bacon done a little more than not done.
A little crispy?
Yeah, not like super crispy, just more done.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
those are going to go on the grill. Okay, well, we're going to go see what Jim. Yes, what do you got going for us today? We got brats, but a special name. What was the recipe name?
These are drunken beer brats.
Okay.
So, this is one of the things a lot of people, they talk about when they got a flat grill. They're like, I want to be able to do brats. I don't want to sear them. I want to be able to cook them. So what we did is we kind of were like, let's just make it an easy one pot. You can finish them off, get them all done. Use the Wildwood seasoning, obviously, because why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? It's already there for you. You don't have to guess what goes well with things.
Exactly. Yeah. So what I like to do is we've got a little bit of our, sorry, we should back up here. I got so excited to tell you about the food I was going to make.
Me too.
I forgot to talk about the whole good stuff. So we went to Hy-Vee. They have the brat case.
Oh, there's a brat? No.
It's a whole case, like in the butcher area.
Nice.
You walk in there, they've got, if you can think of a name to call a brat, they have one. They've got ones that have beer and pineapple. They've got ones that have cheddar and bacon. They have ones that have maple and brown sugar and something else added to it. I'm drawing a blank on that one. And then they still have the good old-fashioned traditional. Okay. But they're all fantastic. They all taste great. And this way, if you say, hey, I just want to have a big medley, go buy 5 or 6 of each of them, throw them in a big pot.
Yeah,
who knows what you're going to get? Yeah. It's always a surprise. So what we're going to do is, really quick, we're going to take about a half a stick of butter. Okay. We're going to put that into our skillet. We're going to take some of our cut up green peppers here, and I like to lay those across the bottom. I'm going to take some of my cut up yellow peppers. I'm going to take some of my red peppers, just because if we're going to do this, let's make it colorful, right?
Yes, it's beautiful. Right. And you taught me how to cut up peppers last time you were here.
I did,
and so I did it over the weekend.
Yep.
It's so slick. You go around.
Once you learn,
Yep.
And were people impressed?
Yes, my husband was very impressed.
If you,
what?
You only have
people over
one
just to show
a day, right?
Exactly.
So then we're going to add our onions, just like so here, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our brats.
Okay. So what kind did you go with today?
So I went with a variety, and we have we have a beer and pineapple, we have a cheddar and jalapeno, and then we have the traditional, it's the Hy-Vee traditional brat is what it says, which just smelled delicious. So what I like to do is I put just a little bit of oil right on top there, and then I'm going to take my seasoning here, and what I like to use is the Wildwood all-purpose one, but if you wanted something just a little bit more spicy, you could definitely season that up with something like our ghost pepper seasoning or something else. And then
I thought you were cracking one a little early today.
I was. I said, you know, if we're going to do this, let's do it right?
I was like, did you bring enough or what's going on here?
Well, we had a lot more, but I don't know where they went, and half the staff's gone. So we were trying to figure out what's going on. But what we've done here is, I always say the best beer to use when you're cooking brats is the one that's in your fridge. So always remember that. You know, if you say, hey, I drink stouts, add stout. If you want to add a pale ale, add a pale ale. I prefer a nice friendly beer, but I also like to have a light beer when I'm doing my bratwurst.
Okay.
So what we've got is we've got some that are already cooking here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to put this right on our grill. Now you could do this with an aluminum pan if you wanted to be disposable.
Yep.
What I've got is I've got the classic brownie pan here.
Yes,
you know,
I
so
love that.
we're just cooking them in there. But as you can see, what we've got is we've got our beer, we've got our peppers, our onions, our garlic, and our bratwurst all sitting in there, and we're just going to cook these until they get to about 185 degrees.
Okay.
And we're going to let those simmer, and then when we come back, we are going to put those on a nice butter toasted bun. We're going to saute those peppers just a little bit, and then we're going to put a sweet and spicy mustard on top of them.
Oh, okay, thank you, Jim. All right, we're going to be back in just a little bit. Liv went down to Thursdays today, and she went to Mango Thai. So when we return.